यार, why does everyone keep talking about the future? इतना डरते क्यों है लोग फ्यूचर से? टीचर ने बोला मैथ्स नहीं पढ़ोगे तो फ्यूचर कैसे बनाओगे? फ्रेंड्स कहते हैं हाइट शॉट मतलब नो फ्यूचर. फ्यूचर हाइट देख के आता है क्या? एनीवे, आई डिसाइडेड आई राइट विथ माई लेफ्ट बट आई विल बी अ राइट हैंडेड बॅट्समन. सबने बोला लेफ्टी आहे लेफ्टी रहे, फ्यूचर मत बिगाड. पण मला हाच स्टान्स आवडतो. ग्रिप तो सही रहा, स्ट्रेट ड्राइव भी सही लगा, and I will get better at it. I will practice and practice and practice. I am not afraid of the future.
Don't fear the future. Prepare for it. With a range of life insurance plans from ageasFEDERAL Life Insurance.
Hello and welcome to this session of the IPL Conclave with me, Vikram Solanki. Vikram, I've watched as a player. Now, in a different role as an administrator, director of cricket with a new franchise, has the onus and the responsibility of building the franchise from scratch. So I would want to go into his mind and understand the philosophy behind the Gujarat Titans. How do you look at this challenge now into the IPL, building a franchise from scratch?
It's hugely exciting. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be a part of something at its inception, which gives us an opportunity to shape things going forward. That said, that brings with it, of course, challenges. We are very much at the start of things, and we've had to work extremely hard up until now, and we've got a lot of work to do between now and when the season starts, and I'm sure throughout the season, both as a sort of management team, a coaching team, as well as players. We must get together quite quickly and sort of try and give the best account of ourselves possible. That said, I view ourselves as no different to any other team.
You mentioned that you've been happy with the squad you put together. How comfortable or confident are you post-auction in terms of what you have assembled?
Very confident, is the sort of straightforward answer to it. You're absolutely right. You sort of go to auction having the best laid plans that you possibly could have, but you actually have to react to what sort of transpires at the auction. We had a number of targets. We hit a number of those targets. We might have missed on a couple of those other targets, but I'm sure all of the teams are in exactly the same position as far as that is concerned. That is, I suppose, the beauty of the auction, isn't it? But all things said and done, we are confident with the group we've assembled. We were mindful of having, as I'm sure other teams were, of having a balanced squad that gives us the opportunity of putting out a balanced team to come up against any of the opposition that we're likely to come up against in any conditions that we're likely to come up against. And we sort of tracked that throughout the auction. We were mindful of what we needed to do. The summary of it all is that the group we put together, we're very confident with.
If I see T20 cricket, the box sticks are real fast bowler, top quality spinner in Rashid Khan, some X-factor batsman. So in that sense, Gujarat Titans has been able to tick the box.
I'd be minded not to sort of view it as a sort of box ticking exercise, to sort of steal a phrase with it. What we were conscious of is actually what is required in modern T20 cricket. We were minded of the sort of balance of the side that we would like to put together. At the outset, if you think about the three initial signings that we had, that gave us a real opportunity in terms of having Rashid Khan and Hardik Pandya and Shubman Gill. We were very pleased with those three initial signings. It gave us a little bit of a sort of spine to our team, we felt. We were minded that we needed to add to that as far as bowling was concerned, because of the sort of lineup that we'd gone to. So then, getting Mohammad Shami, getting Lockie Ferguson, as you sort of talked about, experienced campaigners, particularly across all formats, but in Mohammad Shami's case, but particularly T20 in Lockie's case, we were minded of the attack. I think the view sometimes actually balances, doesn't it? It's whether batsmen are dominating T20 cricket for a period, and then you see bowlers dominating T20 cricket for a period. We're minded of actually having a little bit of both. There might be elements where we need to be stronger in one suit than the other, But we've just tried to put together, as you know, I'm going to repeat myself, as balanced a team as we possibly could.
Abhinav Manohar, look at that fellow's domestic record. Look at the potential. Look at Yash Dayal. A word on such youngsters, please, Vikram.
Yeah, we were very excited about both of them. Abhinav Manohar, we watched a lot of footage of. Unfortunately, because of the restrictions around COVID, the cricket that we were able to sort of go and see was limited. We would ideally have liked to have sort of gone and watched a lot more cricket, but that was limited for circumstances out of our control. But I must sort of commend the group that we have got together to try and, in a way, scout all of this local and Indian talent. Essentially, it is the Indian Premier League, so the quality of your team is based around the quality of Indian players primarily. Yes, you can add, of course, to it with a little bit of stardust as far as international cricketers are concerned and the overseas players are concerned. But we're very excited about both Yash Dayal and Abhinav Manohar. We're very excited about Sai Kishore as well. He's had an exceptional sort of start, not to his career, but a sort of recent form is concerned. There are so many to mention. I want to be minded not to sort of pick out too many individually, but because you sort of mentioned those guys in particular, the young guys that we have as part of our squad, we're very excited about. We really view it as an opportunity for them to grow as well. Yeah. I was recently sort of speaking to somebody else about even some of our more experienced players. I mean, you'd view Shubman Gill as a very experienced player now. He's young, but he's an experienced player. But there is real opportunity for him to grow as a batsman. I view him as a bit of a student of batsmanship, if you like. He has the technique to be formidable in and across all formats. But he has the opportunity to work with Gary Kirsten and perhaps grow an aspect of his game that he would like to. There are equally, Rashid Khan is working on his batting extremely hard. All players have a real opportunity to grow.
Your interactions with Hardik, the leader, give me a sense of what you see in Hardik, the leader.
Yeah, it was a much sort of discussed matter about appointing an appropriate captain, and we went through the whole conversation about sort of identifying what are the sort of credentials, what are the qualities within an individual that sets him apart for leadership. Now you must be minded, and we were minded, that you don't get ready-made captains. You don't get ready-made in the likes of an MS Dhoni or a Rohit Sharma that is a phenomenal experience. At some stage, they would have started their captaincy journeys also. But in terms of those sort of credentials and those qualities we're talking about, we viewed in Hardik somebody that has, first and foremost, been a winner. He's won the IPL time and time again with Mumbai. He's been a part of that leadership group, if not with the armband on. You'd often see Hardik sort of discussing actually what it is that bowlers needed to do. He was always part of that group, and we viewed that as a sort of real string to his bow, something that he could actually develop and grow into his own captaincy. That ability to win is sort of exceptional, and is a fairly scarce commodity, certainly in terms of the number of IPLs he's won. In addition to that, the energy that he brings, in my interactions with Hardik, and you probably know him better than I do, I'm hoping to get to know him a lot better. But in my interactions with Hardik, I view somebody as somebody that is essentially has a great deal of love and desire for the game. He has a humility about him that he recognizes that actually he's worked extremely hard to get to where he's got to. He has the intention of working as hard, if not harder, to sort of continue his journey as a cricketer. And all of those things combined, and his mind to sort of be selfless as far as the team was concerned when we've spoken to him about it, all of those things combined, we felt gave him the best opportunity to grow as our captain. And we're very much looking forward to that being the case.
I wish you all the very best for this season of the IPL, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, both. Thank you.
Thank you.